Well, hello everybody, it's Bella here from RachandBella Crafts, and I've come to do some slow stitching. Now this is very basic, and the reason I'm making such small little tabs is because this journal is so small, as you can see. So I'm just going to do 2 rows of straight stitching a moment. Hope you're all well. I must say, it's an absolutely glorious day today. The sun is shining and it's just beautiful. We've had a little bit of snow, but that's slowly going, and it won't be here probably by the end of the day, but we did have a little smattering and it looked very pretty on the mountain. So that was nice. Now, I hope you're all keeping safe if you have got snow or if you're in the hot weather, because the wonderful thing about these videos is you just never know how far they're going to reach. So look, I'm just doing, and I got my camera down lower so I can see whether I'm on screen or not. So I hope it's not in your face too much. Okay, so that's that. So that's that one. Now, Kate taught me that from the last homely house. She doesn't go to the back and put a knot in it. She just does a couple of stitches. And I think that's sufficient, actually. And I think she's right. So I'll just put a knot here now with my little threading knot. I've forgotten what it's called, but hey-ho. I've just had a little parcel come, and it's from Kate at the last homely house. I'll show you in a minute. Let me just sew this one. I want to get them. I didn't want to do it on the machine because I promised you that I would do some slow stitching. Yeah, I did catch my hand. It's okay, don't worry. I am a bit awkward. It's because I have arthritis in my thumbs and they don't always work in the direction I think they're going to go. But I'm all right, I'm fine. Well, Rachel from Roxy Creations put up her second prompt yesterday for down the garden path, and it's a gate or a hidden door in the garden. So I will show you. I'll do it tomorrow. I won't do it today. I'll show you how far I've got. But I got to say this, it just played havoc with my brain because I did have brain fog, as you know, and I just couldn't think of an idea. I just didn't know where to start, what to do. But I have made a start, and I'm quite pleased with it, so I will show you. I'll do another video straight after this one. There we go. That's that one. And then I'm going to come in then, and I'm going to do some cross stitch on there in this lovely little pink that I've got here. Okay, so that will be nice. I was toying with the idea of putting, actually that's quite nice, isn't it? Let's find a page. Now I have put my, oh, that'd be rather nice, don't you think? Except it's, I can't tell which that way, I think. Well, we'll see. We'll have a look in a minute. So that's that one done. I just want to show you this because she's such a lovely lady, and she was such a help to me over those weeks, or it was a couple of months actually, that I you know, I was poorly, especially the 2 weeks that I was up in my bedroom. And there she is, and she's got thank you and a little heart with love, Kate. And it's the last homely house.uk. .co.uk. There you go. With a little chicken. And I do believe her daughter has drawn this because she does a lot of Kate's artwork for her. And this came as well, and her daughter has drawn this. So, very clever family. Very, very clever family. And her mum, I won't tell you too much in case you want to go over and see her, was a quilt maker and absolutely amazing. And I just wanted to do something to thank Kate. I mean, she doesn't know, but I wanted to buy something from her shop. And she, as I said, she's got this little small holding, and this is her goose. And where she lives, she's got this big lake, and she takes the goose up through the garden, up onto the lake, and it's called Eileen. And not the lake, the goose. And here she is. Isn't she lovely? And that's the story about Eileen. And there's the lake. So I'm looking forward to reading that. There's Kate. Very down-to-earth lady. She says, I'm Kate. I live at the last homely house, which Tolkien describes as a perfect house, whether you like food or sleep or storytelling or singing or just sitting and thinking best, or a pleasant mixture of them all. Merely to be there was a cure for weariness, fear and sadness. Northumberland is a wonderful place. I live a quiet life surrounded by natural beauty, in tune with the seasons. I share the things I love here. And she does. She shares everything that she loves. So there's Eileen. And that was that. So I'll do this over here. This is rather noisy. Now this is where she lives. Take those away. And this is the last homely house. And this is in winter. And I'm not sure whether I would imagine that her daughter-in-law has, and I've forgotten her name, her daughter-in-law has photographed this, or possibly her son, because her son does a lot of photography. And the last homely house in winter, and that's her house. That's one of her shelves that she has in her kitchen. You can see the kind of gal she is, can't you? Colourful cups and mugs at the last homely house. This is the last homely house from the hill in winter. And that's fabulous. And I've got to know all these places because she takes us around. Now, this is very special. This is her window in her kitchen. And you've never seen anything like it. And she has it over her sink, so she looks out at it in the day. But when the sun shines through it, it's glorious. Stained glass window. And I don't know who did it. Maybe it says on the back. Here we go. This is the window in the kitchen at the last homely house. It was made many years ago by Katharina Koshitiria, and fills my days with colour and light. And she's looking at that every time she washes up. Isn't that stunning? And she works in front of this sometimes, especially when she's cooking, and you get to see that. Now this is her tree house, and it's quite high. It's not really giving you, you know, a proper dimension of this, but it's higher, looks higher than this. She climbs up those little steps there, and she hangs all the beautiful quilts over there and photographs them. She's got bunting around there. And I was watching a video the other day where she said she was invited by, I think it was the Tate Museum, don't quote me because I might be wrong, for the Queen's 70th anniversary. And she made bunting. And she had to choose a picture from one of the from out of the Tate Gallery, and she chose one that was very what's the word? Not normally. It was like patterns on it. I can't think of the word now. It's escaping me. And she made the bunting out of those colours. Well, it was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So she's a very talented lady. So I wanted to show you that, and that came this morning. Anyway, back to what we're doing. Right, I do have my favourites, I have to say, with YouTube, and I tend to stick to them. And I guess we're all the same, aren't we? Where have I put? Oh, there it is. And Kate now has become one of my favourites. As I say, Arnie and Carlos is another. And they come out every Wednesday and Sunday, their videos. And also Ruby and Pearl. And I've watched Gail right from the very beginning, because I've been doing this now 5 years. And I think she started about 5, just before I did. And I've watched her videos all those years, and she never fails to amaze me. She's so energetic. Gail Agostinelli. And Wendy, from Wendy's Adventure, I watch Wendy. And, of course, Roxy Creations, and Sarah from Roxy Creations. And if her mum did videos, I would watch hers as well. I just love creative people, really. And I discovered the other day, watching Wendy's tour of her craft room. This is turning into a chat, isn't it? That's all these videos I've been watching of these guys. Anyway, Wendy did a tour of her new craft room, and it's absolutely stunning. You'll have to go over and see it. Wendy's Journal Adventures, I think it's her channel. And she's actually an artist, a professional artist. That's the word I'm looking for. Not just an artist. And the first thing she showed us was in her room was a lion that she painted. Well, I was absolutely gobsmacked. I really was. And I couldn't believe it. It was just like a photograph, but better than a photograph, if you understand what I mean. So there we go. So now let's do some cross stitch on here. I'll do it down the center, I think. There we are. So yes, so that was a revelation. I didn't realize it, because I knew that she did painting, because she does a lot with her grandchildren. She paints a lot of their photographs, but she's a very talented lady, very clever. I wish I was as clever as her. Don't you just love creative people? I've got no imagination, I've got to be honest. And I do paint, but I struggle because of my lack of imagination. And I just wish I did. It's just, my brain just doesn't work that way. And if you give me something, tell me to do this, do that, I'll do it. It's the same with sewing. Give me a pattern, a sewing pattern, and I'm fine. If you tell me to create something without a pattern, I struggle. When they decided, Rachel and Sarah from Roxy Creations, to do Down the Path, a lot of us had problems getting started because we just didn't have any idea. And it took us a while just to get our heads around it. So to do something from scratch for people like me is very hard. And I just love it when I'm inspired by something I see. And I don't copy it. I'll go off and do my own thing. But just to think up something is wonderful. And I really do envy people like that. There we are. A little bit of hand stitching there, slow stitching. And I did, there's a knot there now, but never mind, I can't do much about that now. That's talking. I told you I can't talk and do lots of other things, but we try, don't we? We try. So tell me what you're all up to. Are you crafting or are you sewing? I tell you something else I saw yesterday, talking about videos. Cheryl, our Cheryl, and she's on our Facebook page, and she's on the design team for RachandBella Crafts. You know her, most of you know that her daughter Lindsay was in a horrendous accident where she worked, and she had a lot of burns, her body's covered in burns. So Cheryl has had to go down to another part of Florida, I think. I may get this wrong, so bear with me. And she walked from where she's staying, because she's staying there Monday to Friday, I think, and then she's coming home on the weekends. But yesterday she did a video of her little walk down to the railway station. And I tell you, how she didn't get knocked over, I don't know, because I was worried sick. But it was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. And Cheryl, if you're watching this, you did a sterling job, my friend. And I was really proud of you for making the effort to do that, because you know we're all worried about you. But may I ask, can we see you? Can we see your face so that we can say you're okay? Because we love you. Right, here we go then. Now I know I meant to do things in odd numbers, but I quite like that, so I'm going to leave it. Doesn't have to be things exact all the time, does it? As I was saying, tell me what you're up to. Let's have a little chat on our, and I hope you chat to each other on my channel as well in the comments. That would be rather nice, and give each other tips. And as I said yesterday, the collaboration is really taking off with the collaborators. And the other one I watched yesterday, now I'm going to get her name wrong, Savannah or something. Her name's Margaret, not Margaret, Margaret, I think. And she's from, where's she from? Netherlands, I believe. And she's so cute, she's so adorable. Rachel told me to watch her, and I'm so glad I did, because she's funny, and I love funny people. And she was making me laugh. And she was doing, with Rachel's kit, the one I've used in this journal, and she was doing Roxy Creations challenge, weekly challenge. And I'll show you what I've done in a minute, because I did do the weekly challenge this, I don't know what week it was, whether it was this week or last week, I don't know. But I'll put her, not that she needs it, because she's actually taken off. Her channel has just exploded. And we were chatting about this, Rachel and I, and we said, why is it that some just absolutely take off, you know, large numbers of viewings, and others, we just stay the same? And we're quite flummoxed. If you've got the secret, let us know, please. But she's just amazing. I don't know whether it's probably her personality, because she is funny. She calls everything lovey. I've only watched one video and I'm already enamored. So that's another one to my armor. Now, am I going to get a knot in there, or shall I just go up there? I think I will. And up there. There we go. That'll do, because it's going to be glued down anyway, isn't it? So I think that's quite pretty. Now I may... No, I don't think it needs it, actually. That I was going to sew those together, because I've been sorting out my lace and I found these lovely little bits. And when you're doing something as small as this journal, it's nice to have... Oh, the sun's going in now. I may need to put my light on. Hang on a sec. Sorry about the flash. There we are. That's better, I think. Let me sew it with this one. Now this is a long needle, so I'm going to have to be careful I don't stab myself again. So what I've done here, I've got some embroidery on glaze there, and some lovely vintage, actually I think that's upside down, yeah, vintage lace there, which is absolutely lovely, and you don't need much. And I've laid it up, and that's the lace I put on here, just out of my stash. So they're going to go on there like so. So yeah, so that's what I've been up to, all my video watching. And you know, the thing with videos, there's so much to look at today, And we're all different, and it's so wonderful that you just click with some, don't you? You just know you can turn it on and you're going to be either inspired, entertained, or whatever, and it's just going to work for you. There are a lot of talented videos out there, and if you're looking for anything in particular, you just type it in and there it is. I put them on when I'm usually sitting here crafting on my own, and I watch them. Well, I don't watch them, I'm listening to them, and I look up occasionally. And it just keeps you inspired, I think. And, you know, if you spend a lot of time on your own like I do, because my husband was out. Oh, he retires today, by the way. So if you wouldn't mind sending up a little prayer for him today, because he wasn't ready to retire. I don't know whether I've told you this. And his bishop decided at 76 he's got to retire, because he's supposed to have retired at 75. But my husband's very, very sociable, very clever. He's still got all his faculties. He absolutely loves people, has a real heart for people, and he just wasn't ready to finish. But that's life. We just got to get on with it, haven't we? And so we have to move out of this beautiful 4-bedroom house and find something smaller that we can manage to rent and start a new venture. And I'm looking forward to it, actually. I know he's upset, but he is getting over it. And he thought he'd go on forever. He really did. He thought he would just carry on forever and ever and ever. Why have I threaded that? Because I've just done that. Oh, I'll do this one then. I think I'm going to cut those off, because then one's going to fall off anyway. Yeah. Because I didn't pin it. And I'll just do this one, and then I'll show you what I did with Roxy's challenge. I actually saw my Rachel from RachandBella video, and that's what inspired me to do this. I wasn't going to do it, actually, but it was lovely, and she was using the kit that I'm using, and I thought, oh, let's have a go then, because I don't normally do things like that. Sorry, am I off camera? There's nothing worse, is there? We all do it. So, now what I'm doing here, I'm just going to go around little bits, because I haven't glued it down or anything. Doesn't matter what the back looks like. Just get it down over the top of the lace. When you've got an open lace like this, just do it to anchor it, okay? Wherever you can get a stitch in, like that. It's pretty lace, this. I've still got some lace in my tin, which I've got over there at the moment. Oh, if you can hear bumping, that's my grandson, sorry. From the wedding dress that I made her a long time ago, very long time ago. And, you know, they're just little bits. Which can be nice on something like this. I don't think this is out of it. No, I don't think it is. Because I found it in my other stash. And this week I shall be doing my video for the collaboration, because I just want to do it, and then, you know, it's up. Rachel's going to edit it for me and do something special, and it'll be done out of the way then. I don't think I caught that then, did I? Nope. Do it again. I've got to go shopping after I've done this. My husband's doing a funeral. He's a very unusual person, my husband, because he's got such a heart for people that he honestly loves doing funerals for them. and he'd go and chat to them for hours and just sit with them and, you know, obviously taking their particulars and anything that was requested. But, you know, he just loves people. I'm totally the other way. I could stay on my own, you know, most days and it wouldn't bother me, but he's going to hate retirement, absolutely hate it. And I am a bit worried, but he's going to have to find something to do. And he's an outdoor boy. He wasn't a Boy Scout, but he was a cadet. And he just loves being outside. So I'm not going to see much of him because he'll be out somewhere. Suits me because I can come up in my craft room then, can't I? Right, let's just do one more down here. I think that needs anchoring a bit more. This is boring for you, isn't it? But I did promise slow stitching. I was going to do some French knots in this. So maybe I'll do that, but I'll show you what I did yesterday first. So there we are, that's on there. See? Knot it off. And there's another one. So that's lovely. And I was going to do some French knots around there and maybe put it on some lace. I'll find some wider lace. I may not put it in this journal because it's already getting quite bulky, as you'll see. So there we go. We can put those in as well at the moment. I'll keep that one. I'll keep those. And I've also made, excuse me. Right, here she is. Let me show you the things I'm going to put in the pack. I haven't put this in, but I'm including it in the little, because I was going to put it on there and I thought, well, the person may want to use it somewhere else. So I've decided that I'm just going to make up a little pack of things to go along. I did say I would do this, didn't I? So that's that. That's the slow stitch. I put some lace in, 2 pieces of lace. That. These are out of the kit. All right. So there's a few of those. And there's some religious ones there as well. I put these words in. Let me just cut that off because that's unsightly. There we go, and you can cut those out if you wanted to put them in. So I thought I'd include those. These are paper, religious ones. These are on fabric. And Lenore, if you're watching this, I put the and it's quite thin, this material, onto freezer paper because she did ask me this question, and I ironed the freezer paper really well to make sure it was stuck down before I put it into my feed tray for the computer, not the computer, the printer. And there's some more of those, so they can go under there. And there's a couple more out of the kit. There's some more of those. This one is what Rose sent to me. And I thought you could decide where you want to put that. And this is on material. And Rose sent me this as well. And I showed you that the other day, I think. Okay. So they're all going inside. I like that. Put that like that. That. Some fussy cutting there. And then that's going there like that. I thought that would be a nice little thing to go with it. And then if you, because I haven't overstuffed it, because as you can see, she's already getting quite chunky. So I'll show you now what she looks like inside, and then we'll decide then where we're going to put these little tabs. So I've just made this morning. That's going in there. I can't lift you up because it will shake you all over the place, so I'll do it like that. All right, and that says answered prayer in there. I haven't stitched that. I'm not sure whether I will because it catches sometimes onto the lace. So as I say, that could go on there if you wanted, or one of the other pages. It's entirely up to the person if they buy this. I did put some lovely handmade paper in. It's got petals on. That's out of my daily readings in the Life of Christ book. Now this is what I did yesterday after I watched my Rachel's video, but this is a Roxy Creations. Not that, but this. And she made these over the page, lovely. I'm not sure what she called them now, can't remember. But this was a challenge, so that's that. These are the ones that I did the day before, so I thought they look rather pretty in there. That says, I must tell Jesus, so I thought that would go very well in a prayer journal, wouldn't it? And that says, with all my heart. And I'll get a move on because this is turning into a long video. Just make sure you're on screen. There we go. That, you've seen that. There's a pocket, the pockets I made. And there's the tags. Some have stitching on, but as I say, I'd already put the ribbon on, so I couldn't do much about that. So there's lots of blank pages for you to, and I've left that for you too, if you wanted to put some more on. Remember, this will come out, so you can take them out and put lace down the edge in with the lace I've put in. There we go, there's another one, and that's the other pocket I made. That's the material. That's another one of Roxy's. And there. That says King of Kings on that one. And I think that was a clever idea, actually, of Rachel from Roxy Creations. Oh, is that stuck now? Surely not. No, there we go. That's it. That's that one. I hope you're on screen. I shall check it before it goes up, don't worry. And that one, that's lovely. I love that. Amazing Grace, that's lovely. There's space there for you to make a tag to put in your pocket there. And carrying on to the back. Here. There's another tag. Sorry, a pocket and a tag. There's space there for you to put something on. And there's another one of the Roxy Creations. I did trim that down because I thought it was too tall because it's such a small, out there, such a small journal. And there's space there for you to make a tag there as well. And this would also go nicely on somewhere like that. Okay, so, and these too, you know, if you just wanted to glue them onto the page there, that would be nice, with a little word or a sentence, you know, Christian sentence would be lovely, or a poem or something. Whatever person decides to do with it will be lovely. And that's that one there. And I'm just wondering, see, they say to have things around your desk. It's a little bit, it's very pretty though, isn't it? I don't know, what do you think? Tell me what you think. Do you think that's too much? I could trim it down a little bit actually, but then I've hand stitched. See, once you've hand stitched, you can't cut. When you've got the machine, when you've done the sewing machine, it's easier, but that's not a problem. Anyway, let's have a look. So, let's go nearer the front with these, I think. So let's find there it is. Do it on that page. And I think just that going there like so would be rather nice. I'm not sure if this glue will actually, should I use this or I don't know if I've got any fabric glue left. I'll try the fabric glue first. Oh, yes, there's some there. Excellent. There we are. Too far. Let me pop it in a bit further. And I'll come back and I'll do some more glue in there in a minute. Once I've turned the camera off. Let's find the beginning of this. That way I did it, didn't I? There's no pink on there. That doesn't really go on that page. That's better. There we go, that's better. It's got to look right, hasn't it? There we are. And I shall come back and make sure that they're... I could have staggered them a bit, but I didn't, so too late. We think of these things after we've done it, don't we? Now there's a nice bit of ribbon there, so let's go further back. Let's put it on this one, shall we? And maybe down a little bit. No, I think I'm going to do them more or less in the same place. Sorry, did I shake you then? There we are. And that just adds a little bit of slow stitching and some texture. And I could go on and on and on, but I think that's rather lovely. And I could put more down there, but I might put in these, just put these in with the package, and then the person could decide for themselves, because I've got to be able to close this, haven't I, to post it, so if I sell it. And I'll finish those off and they can go in it. Oh, see what happens. Just do my glue a minute, because it goes funny if I don't. There we go. All right, so that's that. So I think we're there, and I think I'm going to tie her up. That's going to go inside there, but she will get chunky with this in there, and that'll give you some idea if it's added. Excuse me. It's not too bad when you can actually tie it up. Bring it down a bit. It will close even with all the things inside it, so let me do it that way for a minute. I know it's upside down, but it'll give you some idea. I'll do it the other way and that's how she'll be. So I hope you've enjoyed her, and I hope you like her. I could go on and on, but to be honest, she's going to get really, out there, and I wanted her to feel nice and to be able to hold it in your hand. Lots of writing space in there, but you can see I put those things inside there, and it's made it a bit chunky. So there you go. I hope you love her, and let me know what you think. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and stay well and keep warm and have a lovely day. God bless.